Hello and welcome back to Pokémon Blue and Pokémon Star Green, where today we are going to go hunting for some birds. Among other things. Not that many other things, but some other things. And as you can see, our Pokédex has increased in number of Pokémon between games. I apparently caught more on the left than on the right, but whatever. Don't know which ones I'd be missing on either side. Hey there, Outlander! And one of the things that I need to do is actually take my fossils out of these here PCs. So we've got our old/secret amber. And then our dome fossil, which that fossil's going to be in a different place up here. Our shell fossil. And I'm also going to need to put some Pokemon away for a sec. And if you'll look, I have evolved my Kadabra and my Graveler. We now have an Alakazam/Foodine and a Golem/Goronia. And we're going to put them away so that we've got space for the fossils to be revived. And yes, Outlander, bird types are real, and they can hurt you. And let's put our Flareon away for now as well. Oh, right. Also need to take something out of the box. So, I've got a Poliwhirl here. And I've got it in a different box on the left. I am looking for Yorozol. Wait, no. Aren't I supposed to be looking for Yoromo? No, Yoromo is... Okay, yep, Yorozol is what I need. Okay. And now both games are going to go to Cerulean, and then both games are going to go to Cinnabar. And I need to get my team reorganized. Today we will be going after legendary birds in what is their Pokédex numerical order and also their English language numerical order, which I guess is a Spanish numerical order, but whatever. Yep, I do. So right guy asks if we want to trade Poliwhirl for Jinx. Left guy asks, hey, do you have a Poliwhirl? Want to trade it for my Jinx? Alright, so dude can have a Poliwhirl that is missing exactly 40 HP and is asleep. And in exchange, we will get a Jinx. Or a Rujura. Well then. Hey there, Nick. The Poliwhirl you traded to me went and evolved. Did it, though? Because, like, those don't evolve. I didn't put a King's Rock on it. Whereas on the left, the guy's asking, did the Jinx I traded you get any stronger? Indeed, Nick, it will be birdwatching time. Specifically, we are going to, track down some legendary birds. But first, I gotta put away this Jinx. Lola, or Masako. And then we gotta go revive some fossils. We study Pokemon extensively here. In Japanese, he says that they study Pokemon here every day. People often bring us rare Pokemon for examination. Pokemon Lab Meeting Room. Hello there. Do you want to trade your Raichu for Electrode? Nah. Well, if you don't want to. I found this very strange fossil in Mount Moon. I think it's a rare prehistoric Pokemon. In Japanese, he doesn't say it's a rare prehistoric Pokemon, he just says it's a rare Pokemon fossil. Hi, do you have Venonat? Want to trade it for Tangela? That's too bad. Pokemon Lab R&D room. I've never seen R&D written without an ampersand. This feels wrong. And in Japanese, there's no development, it's just a research room. Eevee can evolve into one of 3 kinds of Pokemon. Wow, get with the times, man. What you got on your computer? There's an email message! And in Japanese it says that the computer has received an electronic mail. The 3 legendary bird Pokemon are Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Interesting, they changed the order that they are listed in Japanese. Where it says there are 3 varieties of legendary bird Pokemon. Fire, Thunder, Frieza. Yeah, in Japanese, they are literally Fire, Thunder, and Freezer. And I mean, honestly, it makes more sense than having them feature the Spanish numbers for 1 through 3. But whatever. Their whereabouts are unknown. Oh no, they're not. One's in the Seafoam Islands, one's in the power plant, and one's in Victory Road. We plan to explore the cavern close to Cerulean. You're not going to find one in there. From Pokemon Research Team. I made a cool TM. It can cause all kinds of fun. Is it metronome? That's the sound of a metronome. It tweaks your Pokemon's brain into using moves it doesn't know. What are these? Pokemon Lab Testing Room. I'm looking for Ponyta. Want to trade one for Seal? Nah. Aw, oh well. And what's on these computers? Oh, this one's just a regular old computer. And so's this one. Hiya! I am Important Doctor. I study here rare Pokemon fossils. So, this guy in Japanese, he's definitely speaking Japanese with a bit of an accent. It's pretty clear that Japanese is not his native language, which is why we've got the poor grammar in English as well. Have you a fossil for me? In Japanese, he asks if we have a good fossil. And yeah, I'd say the Old Amber is a good fossil. Oh, that is Old Amber! It is fossil of Aerodactyl, a Pokemon that is already extinct. Or in Japanese, it is a fossil of Putera. He says it's a fossil of the ancient Pokemon Putera. He does not say it's extinct. He just says it's ancient. My resurrection machine will make that Pokemon live again! So, you hurry and give me that! I take a little time. You go for a walk a little while. I think we need to go all the way outside, but I'm checking if just leaving the room is enough. Oh, I take a little time. You go for a walk a little while. So you just leave the building, and that's enough time, and then I believe he berates us for being gone so long. Where were you? Or in Japanese, he says, "You're late! Your fossil is back to life! It was Aerodactyl, like I think." Alright, so now we've got a Patera. And now for the dome fossil. And for the record, Kabuto's Japanese name is Kabuto. It's almost like a Japanese word remains a Japanese word. Alright, so now we gotta go put these fossils away and get the team back together. Also, it's looking like I'll probably end up going with Gengar for my last slot. I still haven't done it yet. But I'll probably go with Gengar if I'm looking at just, like... Oh, need to change boxes in Japanese because this one's full. But yeah, looking at what Pokemon I have on the team and what stats they use for their attacks, there are clear deficiencies. Which is to say that Alakazam is a special attacker, yes. Flareon has a better physical attack stat than special attack. But we're using it because it's got the strongest, fastest flamethrower in the game. We want Goronia. We want Foodine. And we want Booster. Okay, so now, just for absolute safety's sake, we're going places where we will be catching more Pokemon. I'm pretty sure boxes 6 and 7 between these games are not super full, but might as well go to a completely new box. But yeah, Gyarados, higher physical attack than special attack, but we'll be using it as a mixed attacker anyway. Dodrio, only physical attacks, does not have special attacks. Golem, only physical attacks, will not have special attacks. Flareon will be at least slightly mixed. But yeah, when it comes to Pokemon that specifically target the special defense, we've only got Alakazam, and it only uses Psychic-type moves. So having Gengar will give us more options. It won't give us additional coverage, but neither would Snorlax or Tauros. So yeah, probably gonna go with Gengar. And I should actually get my team in order. So if we are going to Seafoam, then I probably want Gyarados in front. And let's just do that. And now both teams are identical in layout again. looks like Flareon is mildly damaged in one of these files. And I believe if we want to actually get through Seafoam to where Articuno is, we need to start from Fuchsia. Oh, but I need to look at the Pokédex entries for our new fossils. Also, I've got a bunch of other Pokédex entries that I didn't have before. Kabuto, the shellfish Pokémon. A Pokémon that was resurrected from a fossil found in what was once the ocean floor, eons ago. In Japanese, it is a Pokémon resurrected from an ancient fossil, and its body is protected by a hard shell. Aerodactyl, the fossil Pokémon. A ferocious, prehistoric Pokémon that goes for the enemy's throat with its serrated saw-like fangs. And in Japanese, it was revived from dinosaur DNA, left inside an amber. It flies while shrieking with a high-pitched voice. Let's see if we can also find Jinx, because we did get her today as well. Jinx, the human-shaped Pokémon, and, we've seen some pretty sizable changes to things like those lips already. And in later games, she would be turned purple so as to not be quite so much of a blackface caricature. It seductively wiggles its hips as it walks. It can cause people to dance in unison with it. Whereas in Japanese, it can speak human-like language, but it's still unknown what they are saying, and it is currently being researched. I forgot to compare the sprites for our fossils. So, I find it interesting that between these two sprites, one of them we get to see what's on top, and the other one we get to see what's on bottom. And they both give different impressions of what the creature's eyes are. But then again, they're based on horseshoe crabs, and horseshoe crabs are not limited to just 2 eyes. Those are rookie numbers. And then Aerodactyl, completely different pose between the two of them. And interestingly, it looks like they have almost, but not quite, just completely reused the head and just changed everything around it. Like, that head is at the same angle, it's got most of the same sprite work. The horns are a little different between the two, but the rest of the head is pretty much identical between the two games, save for shading. And then, as far as the hands go, Is it just me, or does that thing have 3 fingers and a thumb in the green sprite? Though, honestly, that works for a pterosaur. Specifically for pterodactyl, which has exactly 1 elongated finger that makes for the wing. Specifically, that's the ring finger, basically, that gets elongated. So they don't have quite the correct fingers out of the wing, but, like, the fact that it does have 4 fingers and a thumb out of the wing, yeah, it's something. Interestingly, the tail itself, the tip of the tail, looks like on Aerodactyl, not Ptera, on Aerodactyl in blue, it's your traditional, like, devil tail type thing with the little triangle on the end. Whereas on Ptera there, in green, it looks more like the hook on a harpoon or something. Like, looks like it's got a barb there. Something meant to stab into things and then stay there. It's fascinating. Anyway, now we gotta go south from Fuchsia. Wait, you'll have a heart attack! And in Japanese, it's... Wait, don't be hasty! What'll you do if your heart gets paralyzed? Or, well, yeah, it's... What'll you do if you have a heart attack? Shinzo mahi is the Japanese word for a heart attack, but it literally means paralyzed heart. You know, we're not gonna be using cut today. Ooh, that's chilly. Watch out for Tentacool. And in Japanese, he says, be careful not to get stung by Tentacool while you're swimming. And actually, you know what? Because we're not going to be using cut today, let's go back to the Pokemon Center and get our Haunters. As well as our Thunderbolt TM. Because that way we can start getting experience on someone we're going to be wanting experience on before it is too late. And I'll put away Flareon and Golem so that I can withdraw 2 Haunters per game and pick the better one for each game. So now to change box. I think the Haunters will be in boxes numbered 3. Yep, those are some Haunters. Ooh, one of them's got a higher level Haunter than the other. That'll make it harder to compare. But I know how we can compare anyway. Here's what we do. We save on the right. And then we go down to our rare candies and throw 3 of them at the lower level Haunter. Though it looks like the lower level Haunter has a much better HP stat than the higher level one, considering at 3 levels lower it had the exact same HP. Alright, so now we can directly compare our Haunters. So, looks like the top Haunter has the better HP stat in the Japanese game, but... So we can't directly compare right to left. So I need to actually take some notes here. So, left Haunter's got 36 attack, not that that really matters. It would affect Lick, but it doesn't affect a move we actually care about. I'm pretty sure the Haunter on the right here has a better special stat. Like, a better DV for special. Because otherwise you're not going to get 8 points out of 3 levels. That's pretty rare. Alright, and then we look at the other Haunter. So, compared to the first green Haunter, this one has lower HP, lower attack, a higher defense, like 5 points more defense, 2 points lower speed, and the exact same special stat. Haunter isn't... Gengar isn't really, you know, a physical powerhouse. I think it can live with less speed and defense, or less HP and defense in exchange for more speed. So I think we're going to keep Haunter number 2 on the left. Whereas on the right, Haunter number 2 has 6 more HP, 2 less attack, 3 less defense, 2 more speed, and 1 less special. Do I want to trade 2 points of speed and 6 points of HP for a reduction of 1 point of special? I think that could be worth it. So, we are going with the number 2s for both games, and now we do a soft reset on the right so that we can get those rare candies back. So, put number 1 Haunter away over there. Change boxes. Also, I was a fool. I didn't put away the Victory Bell, which is the thing that's getting replaced on the party anyway. Alright, so now we put away Haunter number 1 over here. Change boxes. We deposit Victory Bell. And there we go. The party is ready. And then we go confirm what the heck TMs are what. Okay, so Thunderbolt is... TM24. And we'll also want to pull out Ice Beam, TM13. Ah, that's some of the Pokemon that I didn't get here in Blue. I forgot to use my Moonstones to evolve things. What other TMs do I care about? If I had TM15, I'd care about that, but I don't believe I do. Because that comes from the game corner for too many coins. TM26 I care about. That should be near the bottom. There it is. This TM26 is Earthquake. TM29 I care about, but I don't have that yet. We can go get it. All you need for that one is Surf. Do I care about any others? TM45 could be usable. And that's it. So let's grab TM45. Okay, time to teach some moves. So, TM35 was what again? Metronome. We're not teaching that. 24. It contains Thunderbolt, or Jumon Boruto. And our choices there are Haunter or Gyarados. One of them's got a higher special stat when fully evolved. Yeah, Gyarados' special stat is 100 on the dot. Whereas Gengar's is 130. Thereby making Haunter the better choice for Thunderbolt. And who gets to learn Ice Beam? Specifically Gyarados does. There is no other option on this team. So congrats Gyarados, you get Ice Beam. Thus making Gyarados our official answer to Dragon types. I'm gonna actually get rid of Hydro Pump. I know it's strong, but it's not accurate, and I hate missing. And Dragon Rage still has value for weakening wild Pokemon for capture. And then... Earthquake. I believe that one also goes to Gyarados. Yep, because Golem can learn it, but... Oh, Gyarados can't learn it. Gyarados can't learn Earthquake? When does it become able to learn Earthquake? Because I know it can later. Like later in the franchise. Yeah, apparently at some point after Gen 1, they decided Gyarados should become able to learn Earthquake. But in Gen 1, it can't. That's a shame. That means that TM is worthless. And Alakazam can learn Thunder Wave, which... let's do it. Because having something we can use to apply a status is good. Though I suppose that means we're going to be ditching Psybeam and going down to just Psychic, which is kind of going to hurt for going through the game. But it won't hurt at all in Stadium. So yeah, goodbye Psybeam. And now, let's get our Haunter and Ghosto into the front. And also... let's see here. We've got some PP ups hiding in here. 3 of them. Okay, that's not enough. If we had 4 PP ups, I might have taken 3 of them and used some, but... nope. They can stay in there for now. And actually, yeah, let's go get the Psychic TM. Because it's easy to get, and it will make Haunter even better. Even if it doesn't add any coverage to the team, because Alakazam kind of already has Psychic covered pretty darn well. It would still give us the advantage of having another user of Psychic and having another move that Haunter can use to do actual real damage.
Hello there. I've seen you, but I never had a chance to talk. Here's a gift for dropping by.
Oh, that is not what I thought it was.
TM41 teaches soft-boiled. Only one Pokemon can use it. And that Pokemon learns it by level up. So really, why is this a TM?
Oh wait, never mind. Chansey does not learn soft-boiled by level up. What the hell, game?
That Pokemon is Chansey.
Okay, I am now confused. Oh, the Psychic TM is in Saffron City. Where? Because Sabrina gave Psy Wave. Isn't there like Mr. Psychic's house or something? Oh, we're not going down there. Ah, yes, there is in fact Mr. Psychic's house. In Japanese, it's more like, or no, never mind. It is pretty much Mr. Psychic's house. Wait, don't say a word! In Japanese, he's just saying, I got it! You wanted this! I sure did. TM29 is Psychic. Or in Japanese, you get it, right? TM29 is Psychokinesis. It can lower the target's special abilities. In Japanese, pretty much, if you get lucky, it'll lower the target's special stat. Okay. So, now let's use that TM29. Hey, look, it's Psychic / Psychokinesis. We've only got 2 Pokemon who can learn it. One of them already knows it. So, Haunter, you get to learn Psychic. So, we can get rid of Lick, Confuse Ray, Nightshade, or Thunderbolt. We're going to get rid of Lick, even though it is the only Ghost-type attacking move that uses a stat, and thus the only move in the entire game that is super effective against Psychic Pokemon. But with a base power of 20, coming from a Pokemon with an attack stat of 65 when it's fully evolved into Gengar, yeah, no, Lick isn't really going to be your answer to Psychic types. It was never going to be your answer to Psychic types. And thus... Interestingly, the only other moves that Haunter learns by level up are Hypnosis and Dream Eater. That's really disappointing. It's got the 3 moves it starts with, then at level 29 it learns Hypnosis, and at level 38 it learns Dream Eater. They were really like, hey, this thing already is immune to like half the moves in the game, why should we give it a good learn set? Interestingly, once you evolve it into Haunter, the moves that can learn via TM dramatically increase. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 15 moves it can learn via TM as a Haunter. And as a Gengar, there are 27 moves it can learn via TM and HM. It can learn Strength. Why you would teach Strength to a Gengar, I don't know. But yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, we're gonna get rid of Lick. Lick is turning into Psychic, and that is a huge upgrade. Literally, if we wanted to do damage to Psychic types, Nightshade would probably do more damage than Lick anyway. I could also teach it Mega Drain. Then I'd have a grass move on the team. Kinda sucks that Mega Drain is a base 40 move. But honestly, it might be better than Confuse Ray a lot of the time. You could also teach your Haunter Self-Destruct if that's what you're into. But I think I'll keep Confuse Ray for now. Though I should put away my Earthquake TM. Even if I'm not using it right now, it's still too good of a TM to throw away. And we'll also put away Soft Boiled, even though that one we are never going to use. Honestly, having a Snorlax or a Tauros with Earthquake as an option for Stadium will probably be for the better. So yeah. Okay, now to get back to Fuchsia and start actually making our way towards birds. Almost an hour into the stream where we're meant to be hunting birds. Have to warm up before my swim. Haunter from behind is not shaped like a Haunter from the front. Left Haunter got the special drop. Seems that Psychic has a faster animation in blue than it did in green. Ooh. I am very sorry for people who were looking at the left there. That was very, very flashy. It was much less flashy on the right. All warmed up. Okay, so if we're going to be using Thunderbolt, I might actually want to turn off battle animations. Thanks, kid. I'm ready for a swim. You know what? I will turn off battle animations on the left. Because that's the one that flashed the screen a lot more. There was still some flashing on the right, but it wasn't nearly as much. Also, something has occurred to me. I'm gonna fly back to Cinnabar. Where, sure, we'll heal. But I actually want to go to the Pokemon Center and buy more Ultra Balls, because I used a good handful of them catching things between streams from routes where we had already been. Really wish we could just hold up to make the counter continually increase, but we cannot. Also, incidentally, we currently, before spending this money in both games, have enough money that we could buy a Porygon for cash. But nope, I'm spending 60,000 yen. At the time, that was equivalent to probably around 500 US dollars. On Hyper Balls. So I guess one Ultra Ball costs approximately 10 USD. Whereas a Great Ball costs approximately 5 USD and has more than half the capture rate, thus making it, money-wise, a more efficient buy. And we'll also buy some Hyper Potions. It never hurts to have extra items. Except for when your bag is full and you find something you want. Don't they have X attack? It's good for battles. Yeah, Outlander, this amount of money is a fortune for a kid. Like, I've been literally walking around with the equivalent of over, in 1996/1997 money, the equivalent of over 1,000 USD. Why am I surfing from Cinnabar? This takes us to the wrong side of the, Seafoam Islands. We need to go from Fuchsia if we want to get to where we want to go. Fuchsia City to Seafoam Islands, or, in Japanese, to Twin Islands. I look at the sea to forget. Whereas in Japanese, he says, when I look at the blue sea, I forget all the things I don't like. And yeah, Outlander, Super Nintendo and a copy of Super Metroid would be a great way to spend all of this money. And still have plenty left over. Yeah, we've still got some flashing on the right, but it's not nearly as much. I hope that's a good compromise. And now we can see a direct comparison between the two games Haunters. So, left Haunter's got more defense, right Haunter is considerably faster, left Haunter has a smidge more special, and right Haunter has way more HP. Feels wrong not having any animation on the left. But whatever. Ooh, traumatic! Yeah, pretty much. In Japanese, it's more just, I don't like the way I lost. I'm looking at the sea to forget. I already caught a tentacle in both games, right? I'm pretty sure I did. I love swimming. What about you? I mean, apparently not, considering I have to use a Pokemon Surf to travel across water. Oh, we got hypnotized on the left. Outsped and hypnotized. Also, we have the Poke Flute. I need to remember that whenever I get put to sleep. There is zero reason for me to spend a turn waking up when I can spend a turn using the Poke Flute to wake up guaranteed. And then get put back to sleep on literally the turn where I used the Poke Flute. Thus proving that the AI knows what the situation is when it chooses the move, as opposed to stuff. Also, I just tried to use Hypnosis again, but it missed this time. And it tried it again and missed again. So apparently, getting outsped by a Poliwag is bad. And Left Poliwhirl apparently tried to hypnotize us again, or it tried to do something, but it failed. And we have to be thankful for that, because it probably was hypnosis. Considering Haunter is a poison type, and the AI in this game loves to use moves of a type that is super effective against yours, and Hypnosis is a psychic-typed move. Belly flop! Or in Japanese, it's just a splashing onomatopoeia, so to borrow from Wind Waker, sploosh! I can beat Pokemon at swimming. In Japanese, he says that when it comes to swimming, he won't even lose to sea Pokemon. Which, let's actually look up a Pokedex entry that I got between streams. For Poliwrath. Poliwrath, the tadpole Pokemon. Interestingly, it is in fact still the tadpole Pokemon at this stage in its life, in both games. An adept swimmer at both the front crawl and breaststroke, easily overtakes the best human swimmers. But apparently this guy here is better. Also, sprite-wise, Blue's Poliwrath looks more like a martial artist. Green's Poliwrath looks more like your generic strongman fighting type. And then in Blue's Poliwrath, the spiral is very defined, a single line. Green's Poliwrath, the spiral on its belly is very complicated and convoluted. And also Left Poliwrath 100% skipped leg day compared to Right Poliwrath. And in Japanese, the Dex entry... a skilled swimmer that can do the crawl and the butterfly strokes. And it swims so fast that even Olympic athletes cannot beat it. So yeah, interestingly, the Dex entries for these two hit the same concepts in both languages. That's pretty rare. Usually they'll be completely different between the two, but here, both of them talk about 2 strokes that it does while swimming, and talks about how easily they beat human swimmers. Just one easily overtakes the best human swimmers, and the other, even Olympic athletes can't beat it. But nah, this guy here, he beats Pokemon at swimming. Or in Japanese, he doesn't, or he won't lose to sea Pokemon at swimming. And sea Pokemon is just the term they use for all the water types, pretty much. I tried diving for Pokemon, but it was a no-go. I need to wait at least 2 more generations for that. We're gonna run out of Thunderbolts. Really? Left it with 1 HP. Help! Or in Japanese, bubbling onomatopoeia. Hey there, guard. I'm doing fine. Hope you are too. You have to fish for sea Pokemon. Unless you live in Hoenn or anywhere that was added to the franchise after that. These waters are treacherous. I feel like maybe I should have taught this thing Mega Drain just to have another source of heals. But Mega Drain, damage-wise, is nowhere near as good as Psychic or Thunderbolt, so we would have needed the heals even more had I taught it. Wow, look at Lefty getting the low roll. You know what? I will replace Confuse Ray with Hypnosis. So this Haunter is not going to get the Hypnosis Dream Eater combo, because then I'd have to get rid of Psychic, and Psychic is a really good move. I could also get rid of Thunderbolt or Nightshade, but those also are really good moves. Nightshade not really good, but it still has its value. Oh, a Tentacruel. Nice special drop on the right. Ooh, dangerous. In Japanese, it's like, I was the one in danger. I got a cramp! Glub, glub. And and it feels like a huge waste to use a Hyper Potion on a Pokemon who can barely be overhealed by a Super Potion. But you use what you got. Oh, look at this trio. Swimming's great. Sunburns aren't. Oh, that was not a guy. It was an adult woman. She didn't look like she was dressed for swimming. But I completely agree with her that swimming is great, but sunburns aren't. I will always remember, back when I was in junior high, it was, I believe it was August. Point is, it was still a summery month. Classes were already in session, so it had to be either August or June. And I went to my aunt's house, where she had a pool, with my brother, and it was a cloudy day. So we figured, hey, we can probably go swimming, and we don't even need sunscreen. We're in the shade all the time. Wrong. We were very wrong. And, yeah, that's the worst sunburn I've ever gotten in my life. Ended up getting blisters from it all over my shoulders. And, the next day I had to go to school, but the blisters were so painful I couldn't put on a standard t-shirt. I needed to wear a button-up in order to even put on a shirt to go to school. Shocker! And in Japanese, it's more just the onomatopoeia for, like, wobbling on your feet. Yeah, this lady is not dressed for the ocean, that's for sure. My boyfriend Again, boyfriend is one word unless it is your friend who is a boy. My boyfriend wanted to swim to Seafoam Islands. I swam here, but I'm tired. I'm guessing this is before the swimmer female class existed. Because I can't think of any other reason we would have adult women instead of swimmer females. Got one more Thunderbolt in the tank. I think I'm going to use an Ether. I'm exhausted. Lapras is so big, it must keep you dry on water. In Japanese, she says, if I was going to ride a Pokemon in the ocean, I'd want it to be Lapras. It's so big you wouldn't get wet. Okay, here comes some ethers for the Jumon Boruto. Oh, I just love your ride. Can I have it if I win? Yeah, I'm not gonna give you my Gyarados. That's just not gonna happen. Just having my ghost electrify all the fish. Probably an unnecessary crit. I do appreciate that my Haunter's already gained 7 levels. No, I lost! It's still a long way to go to Seafoam Islands. In Japanese, she adds, I want to go back to Fuchsia already. Also, I think there is a swimmer that we did not battle up here. What's beyond the horizon? In Japanese, it was more of a, do you think there's something beyond the horizon? And yeah, I mean, if you keep going that way, we're heading south, so you'll probably reach, eventually, the region that we'll be going to for Winds and Waves, which does, in fact, look to be based on Southeast Asia. Not specifically Indonesia, like a lot of people are saying, but, like, definitely Southeast Asia. Oceania. Why'd I use Thunderbolt on a tentacle? I should be using Psychic there to save my Thunderbolt PP. Globe. Or in Japanese, ariada. Which is like, oh man. I see a couple of islands. Well then, it's not beyond the horizon now, is it? If you can see it, It is not beyond the horizon. Why are you riding a Pokémon? Can't you swim? And no, apparently not. I can absolutely swim in real life. And I haven't gotten it re-upped or anything, but there was a time when I had a dive license. Scuba diving's real cool. I'm not a huge fan of going to the beach if I have to stay above the water, but if I can go diving, suddenly it's a lot more interesting. You get to look at much more interesting stuff from closer up without needing to worry about going back to the surface to breathe. It's really cool. I love it. Though, admittedly, the diving around where I live ain't that great. San Diego's waters are very brown. Brown is most of what you'll see. What you see that isn't brown is either going to be flashes of silver from the occasional fish, or obnoxious orange from our state fish, the Garibaldi. And, like, you could not design an oranger fish. Ouch! Torpedoed! Or in Japanese, it's like, ooh, glub glub. Riding a Pokemon sure looks fun. I think it's time for another ether. Even though this means we will now be out of ethers. I want to have Thunderbolt PP, so that I can more easily level up my Haunter. The water is shallow here. I forgot to read it in Japanese, oh well. Hang on, I'm looking back. Thankfully, while I have DVR turned off, I can look back in the stream and see ah yeah, he says the water is shallow here, so lots of people can swim. And I believe this is the first cloister we've seen. It's interesting they completely changed its orientation between games. And, the inner shell lost its spike on one end for Blue's cloister. But both of these changes make it look a lot less like certain parts of anatomy. Splash! Or in Japanese, it's basically going, the sea! I wish I could ride my Pokemon. In Japanese, he says, "No, I bet you're not getting tired riding your Pokemon. Must be nice." Alrighty, so now let's move on. Gonna head back towards the bottom because that's where we're gonna find our next swimmer. Or no, it's not. Well, yes, it is. There we go. Or nope, this is a beauty. Seafoam is a quiet getaway. In Japanese, she's saying, like, she came to Seafoam to treat it as a resort. Quit it! There's a huge cavern underneath this island. Well, we made it safely to land in green. Seafoam Islands, or Twin Island in Japanese. Oh, that didn't take long. Hey, look, it's a Pokemon I don't need to catch. Because I already caught one in the Safari Zone, off-stream. And on the left, it's a Pokemon I don't need to catch because it's a freaking Zubat and they're everywhere. Alright, Golem / Goronya. Let us strength. Apparently there's a way where you can, like, move the D-pad at exactly the right time during the strength push. It's either, like, right at the start or right at the end, where if you press a direction on the D-pad, it'll change what direction the little puff of dust goes. And it's just mildly amusing. Because you can make the dust go the wrong way. And that's silly. Yeah, I don't know which way to make it go. Or how to make it go. Anyway, there are a few Pokemon that we can find here in Seafoam that we do not yet have, but Staryu ain't one of them, because I fished them up between streams. Even evolved them. Whoops, didn't mean to go down that ladder yet. Alright, we've got both boulders downstairs in green. Are you kidding me? Did getting attacked turn off strength? This is gonna be annoying. Alright, well, now we can go down here and shove this in there, except we gotta turn strength back on again. I just appreciate the restraint that Game Freak showed in not making this cave dark. That would have been a pain. Oh, using the ladder turned it off. That would make sense. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than having a battle turn it off. Anyway, I do not have a powwow yet. Let's see if we can find a powwow on the right, too. Or a seal, as it may be. Interestingly, if seal were to be named in English in the same way that it was named in Japanese, then it would probably be Ort-Ort. So let's hypnotize these guys. Well, it worked on the right, not on the left. But Lefty avoided a headbutt by virtue of being a ghost. Oh look, Righty woke up immediately. Also, sprite-wise, left seal and right seal, like their heads have a lot in common. They both have a tongue sticking out, they've both got a horn, though the right horn is longer and pointier. Their eyes are identical, as are their eyebrows. But right seal looks like he is much longer, and left seal is chubbier looking. And at this point, some great and/or super balls should probably work. I know we could lower its health more, but there we go. We got a seal and a powwow. Seal, the sea lion Pokemon. Those are completely different animals. The protruding horn on its head is very hard. It is used for bashing through thick ice. And in Japanese, it's covered in light blue body hair. And its skin is thick and tough. It can thrive even in temperatures as low as -40 Celsius. Which, is pretty cold. Seal is not the only thing we want to find in this cave, but actually, I don't have a Golbat yet. And that's actually mildly unfortunate that a Golbat's one of the things I need. Because Golbat is a 5% encounter specifically on the top floor of this place. You go lower and Golbat is a rarer encounter if it's available at all. And I don't want to bother trying to get a Golbat on screen on both games at once, so we're just going to go with left Golbat. Yeah, let's do one more Nighthead over there. And then we throw yonder ball. It's always annoying when a Pokemon that is asleep and in the red refuses to stay in the ball. Especially when it's something as common as a freaking Golbat. There we go, we got our Golbat. Don't need to catch Krabby, caught one of those in the Safari Zone. Golbat, the bat Pokemon. When it sinks its sharp fangs into prey, it will drain 300 cc's of blood in one sitting. With a cc being a milliliter, there you go. Whoops, I'm still on the top floor on the left. Need to actually take that ladder. Now we've gotten both rocks down to B2. On the right. While I could catch another seal to evolve, you can also find just wild dugongs here. There is no reason for me to do that. Alright, left boulder is now down to B3. I do not need another Golbat on the left. While yes, I could try catching more Golbats to go for the form decks, male and female Golbat do not have different dex entries, therefore that is out of the scope of what I'm trying to do in playing through the game in Japanese. Free nugget. And now that both games have their nugget, let's go to this next ladder. Ooh, found a Kingler. Which is a 4% encounter down here. So we absolutely want to go home with that thing. A Psyduck, on the other hand, is not terribly rare at 35%. Dugong on this floor is a 1% encounter. Wouldn't mind getting one of those, but Psyduck, not so necessary. And Kingler captured. Just gonna push this rock so it's out of the way for a bit. And now we can shove this boy in here. And then we can shove this boy in here. Kingura, the scissor Pokemon. Its hard scissors have 10,000 horsepower of force, or can use 10,000 horsepower of force. But they're too large, and thus their movements are slow. Also in Japanese, they call crab claws crab scissors. So it could be the claw Pokemon. rather than the scissor Pokemon, but still. Sometimes it's fun to be literal. We haven't completely blocked off that water. If I wanted to do so, how do I get down there? Looks like the answer is from even lower. Okay. So we gotta take this ladder down. Sorry, Golduck, I still don't need you. Or Psyduck. It was yellow. Which Psyducks are. But still, you see a duck that's yellow and you think, yep, that's a gold duck. Alright, so right has now pushed every boulder that needs pushing. Which means that we have also connected the two sides of Seafoam. Danger, fast current. Yeah, Nick, the sea lion Pokemon is a seal Pokemon. Boulders might change the flow of water. And yep, in Japanese that indeed says danger fast current. Now let's go get the free Hyper Ball over here, because, hey, that is roughly equivalent to, at the time, 10 USD. Find a free thing that you want that's worth 10 USD, you take it. Unless taking it is considering thievery, in which case you do not take it. But in this case, Finders Keepers, someone lost it in a cave. So, in English, boulders might change the flow of water. In Japanese, hint. Boulders might be able to block the flow of water. And it does use the English word hint. Hinto. Oh. If we were playing Red, we'd be able to find wild Slowbros here. Slowpoke and Slowbro are not version exclusives, but Red gets Slowpoke and Slowbro while Blue gets Psyduck and Golduck. Red definitely gets the better end of that. Slowbro is actually a good Pokemon worth considering. Golduck is just your ordinary water type when there are so many better ones. Like Slowbro. Anyway, we found the first bird for our bird search. Behold, bird, parentheses, cold. And we've already gone over the difference in sprite. We've also gone over the difference in name. We've got Articuno versus Freezer. Also, I was, not expecting level 50, but I suppose I should have been. And yet, Right Haunter outspeeds it. I have every reason to believe that Articuno can survive a Thunderbolt from a Haunter 15 levels below it. Yeah, it sure can. Also, Left Haunter must have gotten a really low roll, because I'm pretty sure Left Haunter has, like, 2 more points of special. If we got a crit, it would probably destroy the Articuno, so I'm just gonna go ahead and, start hucking Hyper Balls. And Ultra Balls. Oh, left Articuno woke up. Ooh, but you know what? We are not surviving that crit peck. Yeah, it is also possible that the green Articuno has higher special. That is a possibility, yes. Alright, well, since we don't have any more sleep access, let's use Foodine. And slap it with a Denjiha. Or we can miss. Or no, we didn't miss. Right, I have animations turned off over there. Part of me wants to try a Seismic Toss. And so I'm going to. We did save right before this thing. Oh yeah, that was fine. And we just got Ice Beamed. That hurt. Yeah, thing is paralyzed and in the red. That's as good as we can hope for. And you know what? Right Articuno might be able to take this Nightshade. And we just got crit by an Ice Beam on the left. Alright, we got the catch on the right. Also, we are seeing the occasional instance of the third option, besides ball catches, ball shakes for the number of shakes it was always going to. The third option is Ball Mist, which is what Gen 1 does if you didn't even roll enough successes for your capture to make the ball shake. Also, we just got crit with an Ice Beam. Maybe I shouldn't have paralyzed it, and I should have revived Haunter to put it to sleep again. Yeah, just because the ball misses doesn't mean you can't catch it, it just means the ball misses. Also, Booster just got frozen, so Booster is effectively dead. And now actually dead. Not that that changed much. And we only have 2 Pokemon left over there. This bird is tearing right through that team. Whereas right bird didn't even manage to beat Haunter, but we caught it. Left bird anyway. So, bird captured. Articuno, the Freeze Pokemon. Or in Japanese, Freezer, the Freeze Pokemon. A legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear to doomed people who are lost in icy mountains. Or also in the 4th basement floor of an island cave. And in Japanese, one of the legendary bird Pokemon. It has a long tail that streams behind it. And it's making it look impressive in flight. Anyway, bird captured. Golem, get us out of here. Yes, there are more Pokemon I need to catch in Seafoam, but they aren't a priority for this stream. We're gonna try and get at least one other legendary bird. Probably not the 3rd legendary bird, but I would like to come out of this stream with 2 of them. Dodrio. Oh, we actually do need cut today. Unless we go the long way. Guard, I'm also slightly curious what the stats are between those 2 birds, but I'm not going to bother checking because that's too much effort. I'm actually kind of sad we didn't get to see a Kingler in Blue because its sprite is very different between games, and in fact, it's more on-model in Green than in Blue, which is rare. Because in Blue, they decided to have it be a perfectly symmetrical sprite, giving it 2 giant claws instead of 1 giant claw and 1 smaller claw. Can't believe I'm taking the long way through Rock Tunnel just to avoid pulling out a Pokemon with Cut. Actually, you know what? Because there's a Pokemon Center on the other side of Rock Tunnel, pulling out a Pokemon with Cut isn't so bad. Golem, get us out of here! Rock Tunnel isn't that short. It's faster to just grab Victory Bell, go to the Pokemon Center on the other side of Rock Tunnel, put Victory Bell away. And I suppose if we're digging into the boxes, we can also grab Articuno while we're at it and check their stats. I'm looking forward to when I get to figure out whether I got any shinies from these runs. That'll be interesting if I did. But we can't find that out until it's time to transfer them to another game. Sure, we could check some of them in Pokemon Gen 2 by using the time machine thing, but that is not a thing that I'm going to do because that would take way too long checking them one by trading them to Gen 2. Whereas I could instead check them box by box by transferring them using Poké Transporter. So yeah, I'm eventually going to Poké Transport them after I get these saves moved over to my 3DSs. But yeah, that's gonna have to wait. So that is excitement to be saved for another time. And besides, chances are very low that we will have found any shinies. Oh, right, I pulled out the birds but didn't check their stats. Alright, so Freezer here. Left Freezer actually has less special, which means that yes, Left Haunter did in fact get a very low roll on its Thunderbolt. Left Freezer is also significantly faster, has significantly more defense, and significantly more HP. So actually the HP also contributed to the lower bar change. And there's our Poké Center. Let's shove Victory Bell and Freezer in the box. Or, sorry, Utsuboto and Freezer, and Victory Bell and Articuno. And then we shall grab Goronia and Golem, as well as Flareon and Boostar. There's a strong argument to make for replacing Dodrio on our team with Zapdos. Because Zapdos is arguably just the best flying-type Pokemon in the game. With the possible exception of Gyarados. Dragonite could also be considered an exception, but Zapdos is almost certainly the strongest bird Pokemon in the game. I don't think many people would argue that. Wow, are you a Pokemaniac too? Want to see my collection? In Japanese, it's like, wow, you came all the way out here too? Does that mean you're also a Pokemaniac? Then you want to see my collection? It's pretty easy to argue that Zapdos is better than Dodrio. But I don't like using legendaries outside of, like, competitive contexts. I don't believe this Rhyhorn can do a single thing to our Haunters. Especially not if we one-shot it. But also learn set-wise, Rhyhorn and Rhydon only learn normal-type moves. And here comes Lickitung, or Beroringa. That is quite the sprite difference. The head is considerably larger on the left. As is just about everything, really. Except the tongue is narrower. And looks like it's got two distinct lobes, even at the tip, which just feels wrong. Not that Lickitung itself ever feels right, but like... yeah. I don't like how the tongue comes out of nowhere on the right, though. It should really, you know, go somewhere inside that mouth instead of having Lickitung's mouth just be an impenetrable black void. I don't like either of these sprites, but I think, with the exception of the tip of the tongue, Green's got the better one. Nice crit on the right. Should have been using Thunderbolt so that we could use PP for something that we can't really use very well inside.
Heh, I'm not angry. I have more rare Pokemon at home.
Not more than me, bud. In Japanese, the way he says it, he could actually be saying that he has rarer Pokemon at home. Not more rare. More rare as in rarer, not more rare Pokemon as in rare Pokemon, more of them. Power Plant. Yep. And let me just whip out my map of this place. Yawn Power Plant. Here we go. And we found our first coil on the left. As well as our first Magnemite on the right. Missed with Hypnosis on the left, but then got missed with a Tackle. And instant Wake Up on the left. And let's go ahead and use some Nighthead / Nightshade. And then we throw Super Ball / Great Ball until we have caught the magnets. Which is instantly. Amazing it would take 2 years for the scientific community to realize that Magnemite resisted almost every type of attack. Magnemite, the magnet Pokemon, or Koiru, the magnet Pokemon. Uses anti-gravity to stay suspended, appears without warning, and uses Thunder Wave and similar moves. In Japanese, it moves by floating through the air. And uses the units on its left and right sides to unleash Thunder Waves and other moves. Another case where both Dex entries hit on similar notes. There's still some differences, but it's not as completely different as many Dex entries are. This is a Voltorb. I already have a Voltorb. I don't need to battle it.
It's a Pikachu!
I actually do not need to capture this Pikachu in either game, because I went to Viridian Forest last night and caught an extra Pikachu in green, and I'm not doing a full living dex in blue because I'm only doing Pokemon that can actually... I'm trying to complete the Pokédex itself, but I'm also not doing a living dex. I'm just filling the Pokédex and only really caring about Pokemon that we can use in Stadium beyond there, because I've already got a full Pokédex from Gen 1. From the Virtual Console games. Also, this is another Voltorb. We don't need to grab it. This, on the other hand, is an Electrode. A level 43 Electrode at that. These guys might be worth fighting just for the XP. Left Electrode exploded itself. Saw a ghost and immediately chose to just end it all. For no benefit whatsoever. Well, we caught right Electrode. And that is a PP Max that we just found on the left. Electrode, the ball Pokemon. It stores electric energy under very high pressure. It often explodes with little or no provocation, as we have seen. Wait, no, that wasn't a PP Max, it was a Max Elixir. That's right. It bothers me that Elixir is spelled in these games with an E instead of an I at the end for its last vowel. 'Cause that's just misspelling Elixir. An elixir isn't something that elixes. Therefore, ER is incorrect. So if we go down here, we can get to the TM for Reflect. I don't much care for that. Ooh, we found a Magneton, or rather a Rare Coil. Rare Coil. And missed with our Hypnosis. Got missed with a Supersonic. And now for some Nighthead. Ooh, we are not using a second Nighthead. Missed with another Gnosis. Just got into a battle with a Voltorb because I wasn't paying attention. A level 40 Voltorb. Yeah, oh, no I won't. It will. Goodbye, Voltorb. Down here is the TM for Thunder. And we just caught our rare coil. Rare Coil, or Rare Koiru, the magnet Pokemon. When several Koiru link together, they... Gee, hang on, I need to look up a word. Okay, they use their powerful magnetic waves to release concentrated electricity. Oh, and we got a Magneton on the right. Okay, this Magneton we can use a second Nightshade on. Surely this thing will stay in a ball eventually. Preferably before I have to resort to Ultra Balls. Again, surely it will stay in a ball eventually. There we go. Magneton, the magnet Pokemon. Formed by several Magnemites linked together. They frequently appear when sunspots flare up, which happens approximately every 13 years. Yeah, about every 13 years we reach solar maximum, which is when the most sunspot activity is present. And with this one having appeared in 1996-97, depending on where you lived, that means that, we're currently about 9 years away from the next major Magneton outbreak. One assumes. Oh, look, a wild Raichu. Forgot you could find those in the wild. I already used a Thunderstone to evolve a Pikachu. Notably, you cannot find a wild Raichu in Pokémon Red, with that 5% slice of the encounter table instead being taken up by Electabuzz there. And up here we have another wild encounter before we find another item. And then we continue trying to head up there. And we find an HP up, which apparently you just can't buy in stores in the Japanese game. Which still is weird to me. Yeah, both games have found their magnetons, which means there's actually no more random encounters that we care about in either one. Because you cannot find a random electrode. There's only the fixed electrodes. Speaking of fixed electrodes, we are about to encounter one. And now both games have found a wild Raichu. Fascinating. Alright. In green, I'm going to save before this electrode, because I do want to go home with it. In blue, it can turn into XP and that would be just fine. And we are soft resetting. Wow, look at that light screen on the right. Would have liked to see that on the left. But no, left electrodes just choose violence. Sonic Boom. I would much rather have seen a self-destruct on the right, not on the left. Left electrode, don't you get any ideas. Okay, left electrode used Swift. And then it used self-destruct because our hypnosis missed. Why do left electrodes have to be this way? Meanwhile, right electrodes would never even think of self-destructing. Alright, left electrode, do not explode. Sonic Boom. We take Sonic Booms, especially when they miss. And then we throw in a little Nighthead on top. And another Nighthead for good measure. We could probably get away with one more, but I want to use the sleep turns to my advantage and throw a Hyper Ball. And it woke up. Please no usplode. Usplode. Guard, no, I did not use Dire Hit without you noticing or something, but what you have to remember is that right Haunter is significantly faster than left Haunter, and speed helps determine your crit rate in this game. So, yeah, right Haunter getting 4 crits in a row must just be it's at that sweet spot speed stat. Alright, please, no usplode. We saw a Swift, but then we missed. We saw a light screen, but then we missed. We saw a Swift, and then we actually landed the hypnosis. It is asleep. It is getting night-headed. It is asleep. It is getting night-headed. And it is asleep and getting night-headed once more. And now we throw a hyper ball. And hopefully it stays in it instead of exploding. Okay, it stayed in. Good. Finally. Yep, Maru Mine. Which, literally just ball mine. The ball Pokemon. Oh. It explodes in response to even the slightest shock. Yeah, seems accurate. People fear it under the nickname, Bomb Ball. And yeah, Guard, I know Electrode's faster than Haunter, but the thing is, when calculating crit chance via the speed stat, it doesn't look at what your opponent's speed is. So, like, yes, Electrode is very fast, but it doesn't compare the speed stats of the Pokemon in the battle. It just looks at your speed and uses that to help determine your crit rate. And there are some stats that are just a sweet spot. And yeah, you get really good crit rate for no reason whatsoever. And I'm gonna go ahead and toss this HP up on Golem to make room for this PP up. And I don't have to use the HP up early on the left because I think I put the good rod away in that game. After catching the 2 Pokemon that a good rod is capable of catching. An old rod can only catch Magikarps. A good rod can only catch Poliwags and I believe Krabbies it was? Or no, Poliwags and Goldines, that's what it is. Anyway, there's bird number 2. Maybe we will find 3 birds today. We save before bird. Though admittedly, our Golem is situated to help us with this bird quite a bit. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about the bird just destroying us. So... I don't think either one of these sprites is good. Zapdos's wings have never looked good in 2D. Like, especially these original sprites, the wings are just way too short to look like they could allow this thing to fly. But, like, beyond there... most of the difference is just in the angle at which we are viewing the bird and whether its mouth is open. They at least tried to go for a more dynamic angle on the right, so I think it's probably the better sprite, but I don't think either one of these sprites is good. Also, I'm pretty sure they used the same right foot for both of them. Okay, left Zapdos used Drill Peck, right Zapdos used Thundershock and got a Para. Oh, and the Drill Peck crit left Haunter. Great. This thing will definitely survive a Thunderbolt. Oh yeah, no question. You know what? Let's just see what happens if we throw an Ultra Ball right now. The answer is we catch it. Well then, That was easy. As long as we don't crit, this thing should take another rock slide. Shouldn't have said anything, we got a crit. It's always nice when you manage to land the YOLO ball, and it just catches. And yeah, guard, Blue Zapdos was feeling very lazy. Used a Thunder Shock, got a para, and was like, okay, my work here is done. Okay, left Zapdos used Thunder Shock this time. And got the para, and full para, so we did not land our Hypnosis. Okay, now the thing's hypnotized. Oh, we got a crit with that Thunderbolt. And now let's see if left Zapdos is feeling the same as right Zapdos. Nope. How about if we use a Nighthead? It does about the same as a crit Thunderbolt. And it just woke up. Thunder, would you please kindly go back to sleep? No, you won't. You're gonna get us with that. That's fine, I guess. Let us swap to Gyarados, who is not here to stick around. And let's find our Genki no Kakera. And there's a Thunder Shock on Gyarados, which... honestly, it took like a champ, considering. And then let's use some amazing wound medicine on Ghost. And that's the end of Gyarados after that crit Drill Peck. And out comes Ghost to try and put this thing to sleep again. That Drill Peck is not going to help us. Okay, Drill Peck's just a one-shot. Good to know. Let's give up on putting this thing to sleep. Foodine, let's paralyze it, because you can paralyze electric types in this game. You will eventually not be able to, but for now, they can still be paralyzed. And now throw Hyper Balls until it stays in one. Or I guess until one hits it. Thus far, the para isn't doing a very good job of keeping this thing from attacking. Okay, that time it did. And more ball. More ball. Okay, we got it. Okay, that's 2 birds down. We got Thunder. It's kind of weird that Zapdos is Thunder, but Jolteon is Thunders, plural. You would think that multiple Thunders would be better than one Thunder, but no. Zapdos, the electric Pokemon, or Sanda, the electric Pokemon. a legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear from clouds while dropping enormous lightning bolts. Whereas in Japanese, it is one of the legendary bird Pokemon. When it flies, it sounds as though something is constantly sparking with electricity. Like, it's specifically talking about the sound that it makes when it flies. Sounds like a bunch of electric shocks coming from somewhere. Ah, yes. Who doesn't love the random encounter on literally the last tile before you're out of a dungeon? And we're gonna have trouble escaping because Haunter is paralyzed. There we go. Alright. To Viridian City. Because there is still one legendary bird to find. There are a few trainers that we could go battle. Maybe I should. Yeah, we haven't done Cycling Road. Nor have we done the entire sea routes around Cinnabar. Yeah, let's go for those instead of going for Moltres. Because as much as I want Moltres, it's not a priority, and getting to it might take more time than I have and or want. So we'll save that for the next stream. Instead, let us go places and do things involving people. Also, there's Snorlax number 2 over here. There's no reason not to catch it. So we save before Snorlax number 2. And I take a quick look at routes. There we go. Got my map for where we are. Item. Pokémon Flute. Shortened to Poke Flute. Snorlax woke up! And so did Kabigorn. And right back to sleep with right Snorlax. Left Snorlax tried to use rest after being missed with hypnosis. He's just that sleepy. And left Snorlax just used amnesia. Right Snorlax has woken up. Back to sleep with you. Left Snorlax keeps trying to rest. And we can get one more Nightshade in on the right. And then we huck a ball. A Great Ball might do. Looks like it worked to me. And then let's try hucking a Great Ball on the left. Not quite as effective. Ooh, left Snorlax is staying asleep for a good while. I appreciate that. Nope, but now it's awake. Now to try and put it to sleep before it can rest. Good. Because thankfully, you cannot use rest while already asleep. And it woke up again. Back to sleep with you. Using Super Balls. Honestly, kind of in hopes that I'll run out and thus free up an inventory slot. Carrying two separate types of balls is a bit of a waste of space in this game. Becomes much less a waste of space in Gen 2 when you have a whole pocket in your bag, specifically for balls. But for now, yeah, it's a waste of space. And now we are out of Super Balls. So let's put this guy back to sleep. And then we go to the Hyper Balls. Surely one of these will get it. Yep, got it. And what is this sign that Snorlax was preventing us from reading? Enjoy the slope, cycling road. Notably, Cycling Road is named Cycling Road in English, even in Japanese. Cycling Road. We're going riding together. I'm going for a ride with my girlfriend. Again? You gotta have it be one word, unless she is just your friend who happens to be a girl. And in Japanese, that is not at all what he says. He says that he is going cycling with his girlfriend on his brand new bicycle. We lose that he has a brand new bicycle in English. There's a long path over water. It's Celadon Department Store. What do you want? Don't you dare laugh! In Japanese, we actually don't get a verb. So it's basically just like, you better not. We just like hanging here. What's it to you? Nice bike. Hand it over. In Japanese, it's like, whoa there, give me that bike. Gonna run out of psychics if I keep going through them like this.
Knockout!
Or, in Japanese, knockout. So he literally just uses the English words knockout.
Forget it. Who needs your bike? Come out and play, little mouse.
Whereas in Japanese, it's like, I'll treat you right. Or I'll take real good care of you. Something to that effect.
You little rat. I hate losing. Get away from me.
So, in Japanese, there's no get away from me. It's more like, how dare you? I hate losing. Hey, you just bumped me. That is true. We did hear the bump sound. Whereas in Japanese, he says, hey, wait, don't just run away after bumping me. Implying that we may have been attempting to do a hit and run. Which, considering how often we bump into people and then still leave in Pokemon games. Yeah, that's a fair assumption. Oh, look at Right Haunter not quite taking out the wheezing.
Kaboom!
Or in Japanese, bomba, which is bomber.
You can also get to Fuchsia from Vermilion using a coastal road.
In Japanese, he says,
we're always here. If that scares you,
then you can use the coastal road to get to Fuchsia.
sure, I'll go.
Whereas in Japanese, it's like,
woohoo! Sure, I'll play with you.
I bet a Thunderbolt will work for Grimer. This guy's got a lot of Grimers. So I said earlier that Flareon had the fastest, strongest flamethrower in the game. It's not the fastest. Ninetales is considerably faster. But Flareon does have the strongest flamethrower in the game. Unfortunately, it doesn't learn it until level 54. And then as far as what moves Flareon learns... oh boy. We're getting basically nothing until Flamethrower. If you want to use Flareon's actually quite good attack stat of base 130, literally all of your options are normal type moves. And if you want coverage moves beyond normal type, literally all of your options are fire moves. Wow, Flareon just ain't that great, actually. If only it had more moves to use. Don't make me mad. But, like, at least Flareon can do something with its normal moves, whereas Ninetales... if you're not using Flamethrower, you're just using Ninetales wrong in this game. Flamethrower is the only thing Ninetales exists for. Flareon, we can at least, like, slap Hyper Beam or Body Slam on there. I like harassing people with my vicious Pokemon. Though, since I already used the Body Slam TM on Nidoking, I'm gonna have to get another one from another game and then put it on Flareon that way. Which I can. Oh, interesting. No, Guard, Flareon does not at least get Dig. Ninetales does, but Ninetales' physical attack stat is trash. Yeah, no, Flareon, literally, every move it learns in Gen 1 that can do damage... well, not in Gen 1. Pokemon Yellow, it learns Smog. Which, oh boy, a base 20 Poison-type move. But, in Red and Blue and Green... all of the moves it learns that deal damage are Fire-type or Normal-type. Anyway, this guy, in English, he says he likes harassing people with his vicious Pokemon. In Japanese, he says, oh yeah, I like to use my Pokemon to threaten people, or to threaten people and have them bite people or prank people. I love it. I'm feeling hungry and mean. I don't see anything about hunger in Japanese, but... and Japanese, he's just in a bad mood and he wants to let it all out. You know, I'd probably be in a bad mood too if my only Pokemon was a Machop in Gen 1. Sorry, Hunter, we're not learning Dream Eater. Bad, bad, bad! Whereas in Japanese, he's like, what a bratty kid. And I am gonna go to the Pokemon Center real quick. Because my Haunter could stand to get its psychic PP back before we go on to Cycling Road itself. And apparently there are 4 items hidden on Cycling Road, and all of them are very good. Fun fact, if you hold B, you, don't go down automatically. Is there anything I care about in this grass? There are Fearos and Eradicates, which I do not believe I have, but we can find them more easily at the bottom of Cycling Road than here. And yes, Guard, Haunter will be a Gengar in the next stream. What do you want, kiddo? That's not at all what he says in Japanese. In Japanese, he says, I'm confident in my stamina. Come at me. And we just declined to learn Dream Eater on the left. Here comes a Machoke. And we can probably still get away with Thunderbolt. This thing has, like, 0 special. Nice crit on the left. Whoa! Or in Japanese, boyoyon, which is like a springy noise. Trying to hold B and hit A in both games is difficult. I could belly bump you out of here. Meanwhile, in Japanese, hey, while you're here, you want to try touching my belly? No thanks. And there's our rare candy. And apparently the rare candy is not in the same spot in green. If it's here at all. It should be right here, but nope. So I guess we just are short a rare candy in Japanese. There's no money in fighting kids. Interestingly, that is pretty much a direct translation.
burned out.
Also a direct translation.
Good stuff is lying around on Cycling Road.
Yeah, we already got a rare candy on blue, not on green. And there's other good stuff too. In Japanese, he adds that if you pick it up and sell it, you can make a lot of money.
You heading to Fuchsia?
So, fun fact about Weezing's Japanese name. So in English we've got coughing and wheezing. Get it? Because cough, cough, and wheeze, wheeze. But in Japanese we've got dogas, which is... well, gas is gas. The do could be either like it's very gassy, or it could be they dropped a syllable from dokugas, which is poison gas. In Japanese, wheezing is matadogas, which is basically, it could be dogas again, or another dogas. So yeah, it's another coughing, because it's got another one stuck to it. But also, if you add exactly one syllable, it could become mustadogas, which is mustard gas. It's just one of those things where it's got multiple things hiding up in there. That technically you would also extend the ah in mustado instead of mustado.
And to think there was a time when coughing and wheezing were going to be named LA and NY.
Because Los Angeles and New York were famed for their pollution once upon a time.
Crash and burn!
Or in Japanese, ash, which is just a shout of joy or something.
I love racing downhill!
Yeah, Japanese, he says, it feels great to just rush downhill in one go.
We're bikers, highway stars!
And in Japanese, he uses the Japanese name for the trainer class, which, again, it's like Joyrider. You could say Rough Rider. Like, we're Rough Riders. And if any kids are gonna cry about it, we'll shut them up. Which is very different than saying we're highway stars.
Smoked!
Whereas in Japanese, it's like... It's like... I can't take that. Are you looking for adventure? Whereas in Japanese... Wow, kid, you really got guts. Oh, we have gone past our item. Found it. Hang on, I want to read that sign. Ah! Having 2 games on Cycling Road at once is a problem. It's a notice. Watch out for discarded items. Whereas in Japanese, it's like, don't throw away your items. Trainer tips. All Pokemon are unique. Even Pokemon of the same type and level grow at different rates. And in Japanese, even for the same Pokemon at the same level, every time you catch them, their stats will be slightly different. And if you raise them, those differences will get even larger. Trainer tips. Press the A or B button to stay in place while on a slope. Whereas in Japanese it says, press A, or if you hold a button, then even on a slope, your bike's tires won't slip. And that's just telling us where we are and where we're going. There's another one of them items that we can get here. And now I'm going to work my way up to this next encounter. That'll keep that game in place for a bit. And now let's work our way up to that encounter here on the left. I need a little exercise. Whereas in Japanese, it's like, hey, you want to let me work up a sweat? Or wait, no, it's, do you think I'll lose weight if I work up a sweat? Yeah, that's what it is. Do you think I'll lose weight if I work up a sweat? So this is going to be a cue ball. Yep, sure is. They love the fat jokes with their cue balls. Gonna swap to Thunderbolting these Mankeys. We've got more Thunderbolts in the tank, and they'll work just fine. Gonna Thunderbolt Machoke too, because Machoke has like 0 special. Machop's special stat is, surprisingly enough, not better than Machoke's. Who could have seen that coming? Phew, good workout. Whereas in Japanese, ah! That was a hot battle. I'm sure I lost weight there. And in Japanese, I'm sure working up a sweat there lost me some weight. Nice bike. How's it handle? Nice unnecessary crit on the left. Shoot! The slope makes it hard to steer. And in Japanese, he says, it's tough steering on a slope, isn't it? Like, in English, it sounds like he's complaining for himself, but in Japanese, it's like he's asking you a question. It's a notice. Don't throw the game, throw Pokeballs instead. Interestingly enough, that is a direct translation, and yet the idiom of throw the game works directly across both languages. Like, that is a direct translation, and the idiom itself is also directly translated and totally fine for it. That's pretty rare for an idiom to translate so directly. Be a rebel! Hang on, I need to look up a word. Not familiar with it. Ah. So in Japanese, he says that being a rebel is basically the sign of being a man. Still got 3 more bikers / cue balls on this route. Arrgh! Be ready to fight for your beliefs. Meanwhile, in Japanese, he says, if you're a man, walk the path you believe in. And because we are so short on psychics, we're actually going back to Celadon to get some heals. And then we'll head back to Cycling Road and take the right path down. It's also... Well, by this point, we probably could have reached another trainer or two, but... This way we don't gotta fight the slope to go up. And we get heals out of it. What's not to like? Let Voltorb electrify you! Whereas in Japanese it was like, yeah, let Voltorb electrify you! Whoa, he's got a Voltorb? Who could have seen that coming? I would say I wished that Shadow Ball was a move in this game, but it would use physical attack. So what even would be the point? I wish that in Gen 1, Ghost was a special type, and that Shadow Ball existed. Then Haunter would have a great stab move to use. Ground it out! Or in Japanese, Wah! I got my Voltorb at the abandoned power plant. My Pokemon won't evolve. Why? Whereas in Japanese... I'm leveling up my Pokemon, but they're still not evolving. You gotta trade it, bro. But also, it ain't even level 36 yet, so you can't really say, like, oh, I have no idea why this thing isn't evolving. Like, most 3-stage Pokemon, they don't reach the 3rd stage until level 36 or later. Especially in Gen 1. So really, this guy's got no reason to be surprised that it's not evolving. Why, you? Yeah, that's pretty much what he said. Maybe some Pokemon need element stones to evolve. In Japanese, they don't call them element stones, they just call them stones. But yeah, in Japanese, he's like, oh yeah, some Pokemon, if you, decorate them up with stones, they evolve. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Counting the rows of flowers between that guy and the item. And now we can just let her rip on the right. Oh, whoops. Okay, then let's battle this guy. Get lost, kid, I'm bushed. You need a comma after lost. In Japanese, he's like, so tired, so sleepy, what a pain. You know, it's kind of funny, Gen 1 Pokemon here. There was a time, specifically right about when they came out on the Virtual Console for the 3DS, that I was thinking, man, why would I ever buy Gen 1 Pokemon again? Those games aren't very good. And I have since bought multiple copies on the Virtual Console on multiple 3DSs, as well as bought physical copies of the Game Boy carts, and am currently playing multiple at once, despite already having played through them on the Virtual Console to get my Pokédex entries. Like, clearly I don't dislike Gen 1 that much. Nah, there's still a lot to appreciate here in Gen 1. It's definitely got some rough edges, and there's a lot of quality of life left to get, but, like, these games started from a good foundation. Anyway, are you satisfied? And in Japanese, it's like, it's over? I need to catch a few Z's. And yeah, Japanese is like, man, I want to go get some sleep. So, something fascinating. Max Elixir in Japanese, the item is called PP Maxu. But the item PP Max in English is a very different item. Anyway, cycling road, slope ends here. Yep, sure does. And we've got a PP Max in here somewhere, right? No, we've got PP ups. And we've got a Max up, which is not a PP Max. A Max up is an HP up. Alright, so we fought everyone on Cycling Road. And would you look at that? We've made our way to Fuchsia. Oh, right, we never went up here. You're a different guy between games. I'm looking for Slowbro. Want to trade one for Lickitung? Whereas in Japanese, it's like, well now, do you have a Slowbro? Would you like to trade it for my Lickitung? Oh, well. There are people swimming. Which means we must be facing south. Pallet Town is in the west. There are 3 more trainers to battle here. But alas, I do not have time to do it. We're going to have to go ahead and call this a stream here. So that's going to be it for this stream. Thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all that. And I will be back on Thursday when we are going to battle the 3 trainers on this route, battle the trainers in the water on the routes on either side of Cinnabar, and then make our way to Victory Road. See you then, friends.